Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's BBE webinar. We're joined by a couple of the guys from UniBrass. So hello, everyone. You can now reveal yourselves.
Oh, thank you very much for having us.
That's all right. So we've got the guys on from UniBrass today, and they're going to be talking a little bit about what the organisation is, what they can do for you, and most importantly, how you can get involved with some of the UniBrass activities. So to start off with, shall we just introduce who we've got here? So for anyone who doesn't know and hasn't tuned into our Facebook page, where my face seems to be quite regularly occurring at the moment, I'm Sarah and I'm the Education and Development Manager at Brass Bands England. So I'm usually seen to be hosting these webinars, arranging those and working on our Brass Foundations project, which is running at the moment. We're also joined by Andy. Hi Andy, introduce yourself.
Hello, so I'm Andy. I'm the chair of UniBrass Foundation, and I've been involved in UniBrass for about 5 years now, since I was an undergraduate student in York.
Brilliant. And we've also got Sophie. Hi Sophie.
Hi, I'm also a UniBrass Foundation trustee. At the moment, I do most of the marketing, along with Abby, who's not here today, but hopefully watching.
Yeah. And also Voz. Hi Voz.
Hi, so I'm Boz. I am the chair of the 2021 UniBrass Contest Organising Committee. So that will the committee's from University of Sheffield. So you'll find out more information shortly.
Fantastic. And also Parky. Hello.
Hi everyone. So I'm here as I'm Brass Bands England's nominated trustee with the UniBrass Foundation. But in a past life, I also helped run some of the contests. But I'm also now an employee of Brass Bands England. I'll be managing the Facebook chat today. So as we go out, if you've got any questions for us as we go out throughout the evening, send over those questions, and I'll try and make sure we get them all answered.
Absolutely. So just pop them in the chat. If there's any in the comment section of the video, sorry, if there's any questions that if you're watching this video not live later on, you'll be able to see the email addresses for who you should contact with any questions as we go through the presentation today. So Andy, what is UniBrass all about? Tell us.
So UniBrass is effectively the missing link between youth banding and all the youth bands with under 18s and regular adult bands. So it's all about kind of when you get to 18, when you go off to university, it's about encouraging students to keep playing. So whether you're studying music, English, engineering, chemistry, whatever you want, it's about making sure that people are encouraged to continue playing, becoming a part of their university brass band or their local community band, and just kind of building a community of kind of like-minded brass banders who all enjoy playing throughout their time at university.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's really important, and something that probably a lot of people don't know, actually, that to be involved in UniBrass and the organisation, you don't have to be at a uni. You're still there for people of that age group who are playing brass bands.
Yeah, it's anybody of that age group. If you live near a university and just want to go and play with people of that 18 to 25 age, a lot of the people going out music students, but we enjoy playing. We take it relatively seriously. So the standard is decent, but at the end of the day, it's kind of a social activity. Certainly, like the three of us here today, none of us do music, and we just do it because we enjoy it as much as anything.
Definitely. So obviously there's UniBrass, but there's also the foundation. So what's kind of different there? What do those two words mean?
So UniBrass is the contest, which we'll kind of come back to talking about in a bit more detail later on. That was founded in Lancaster in 2010. The UniBrass Foundation is the charity that Sophie and I are here on behalf of. And it was kind of founded a few years ago to provide longer term support to the contest, kind of just become a financial and legal body as much as anything. Mm-hmm. But kind of as we've done that, as we've built, and over the last 7 years, I think it is now, we're aiming to expand what we do. So kind of supporting and promoting university brass bands year round, much like Brass Bands England do with their regular bands. We want to do that for university bands, kind of do everything we can to help them grow, to support the creation of new bands. And so that's as well as running the contest, where we bring, I think it's about 700 odd students together for one big day. we're trying to do other things throughout the year. So a couple of years ago, we ran a conductor's course. We've kind of got some university music sharing schemes. We put a lot of effort into trying to make sure that young pre-university people are aware that when they go off to university, these opportunities exist, and that is really good fun. And then this year, we're hoping to run a summer school, COVID and Boris permitting, which Parky will talk about later. And yeah, so that's kind of what the foundation does. But then the contest itself, so that started in 2010 at Lancaster University. I was year 9 then, doing my Key Stage 2 SATs, but so I'm told by the people that were there, they were at Lancaster University in their favoured campus pub at the end of rehearsal, and somebody turned around and suggested that it would be really good fun if we had an inter-university competition. So there was a guy at Lancaster and his brother played for York University, then used someone else down in Warwick, I think it was. And they all got together and thought, this is a really great idea. And unlike most ideas that get discussed in the pub, this one was kind of followed through. So kind of with the support of Arts Council England, the first contest happened with 10 bands. And then over the last 7 years, we've had 3 years in Lancaster, 3 years in Warwick, 2 years in York, although one of them was technically in Harrogate, and the last 2 years in Bangor, and then now moving to Sheffield. So we've gone all over the country and massively grown. We've gone from 10 bands to 21 universities. We've had about 26 represented over the year, well over 750 students come annually, and even 2 sections. And we've got specialist music colleges, so we get the RNCM coming, University of Salford, Royal Birmingham Conservatoire, kind of phenomenal standard university bands, as well as kind of regular universities. I played for York, Vos was from Sheffield, Sophie from Southampton, where it's not really music students, a lot of it. I think I was a chemistry student. I remember there was a time at York where half the band was chemistry students and 2/3 of the committee. And I think we're even dominating tonight with Parky being a chemist as well. So yeah, that's kind of a bit about UniBrass, the contest, where we've come from. And what it's become is kind of a really good fun day. So the competition is a big part of it. We all want to do well, but it's still a really good, enjoyable day. We kind of get a gala concert coming in the end and a social at the end, which Parky's big statistic is always that it's the largest social gathering of brass banders outside of a well-known holiday entertainment park in January that goes on in the entire year. And it's just great that they're all young people doing it for the right reasons and really, really enjoying it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm a big fan of ideas brewed up in pubs and a big fan of UniBrass, so I think it's a good win for all round. So what we're going to do now, we're going to show a short clip of one of the UniBrass videos. So am I right in saying that all of the UniBrass performances are available on your YouTube channel? Is that right?
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely, all of them. So
Ever.
feel free to have a look.
I think there's over 500 different tracks on the YouTube channel over the last 10 years.
Amazing. So if you're feeling particularly like you're missing live music and want to watch them, then I think you've got a fair few hours to spend just flicking through the UniBrass YouTube channel. So this one is from 2020 and it is Sheffield University. Here you go. Fantastic. So that's a bit of a snapshot of what what a classic UniBrass might look like. But why is it different to a normal contest? You know, what about it makes it that a little bit special?
So I guess it's kind of the atmosphere of it. There's a lot of people know each other from youth bands, all playing at different universities, and that means that it's a bit more friendly. There's a big emphasis on enjoying the whole experience, and there's actually quite a large number of people who have never really been to a contest before. So it's quite special for that. We get some really unique performances. I think there was a couple of years ago, there was a band turn up and started playing tunes on vodka bottles, which was a bit of a stereotypical student thing. But we've had some really great sets. There was another one where the whole band dressed up as Greek gods, and I remember receiving the lighting request and thinking this looked more like a West End musical rider than any sort of brass band show. But it means we've got some really great performances. We have the social at the end of the day that we talked about. So that's kind of everyone just comes together. It's really good fun as much as anything. But kind of the main thing is it's run by students for students. The people who take part are the people who run it. And by virtue of changing host every couple of years, any university that participates can bid to have their turn at running UniBrass, kind of put together a team like Voz has, and kind of just have a go, put their own spin on it. We've kind of long said every UniBrass is very different. UniBrass in Bangor is going to be very different to UniBrass, or UniBrass in Sheffield is going to be very different to what came before it in Bangor.
Mm-hmm.
And it means that it's not the same every time. It is completely different every time. And that's part of what I think makes it so enjoyable, in that we kind of turn up in February to show up. The only constant is I'm probably going to end up lugging a load of percussion around. And it just makes it really good fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's an amazing showcase for people who are at the university who don't, you know, who haven't engaged in brass banding before for whatever reason, to really showcase what an amazing thing an entertainment contest is, how creative it is, how fun it is, and how you can just put on this incredible performance. And I think lots of people, I think that's an amazing thing for their first experience of brass banding. I think that's a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. I know this was the case in Southampton, that UniBrass was always almost a turning point for the band in the year. Once we got back from UniBrass weekend, we were like such a close-knit, tight group of friends by the end of it, because you've worked so hard and you have such a laugh on stage, and then but yeah, I think the good thing about UniBrass is it actually doesn't feel like a contest all of the time.
Yeah.
Particularly with the social in the evening. You might have, watched whichever band in the afternoon and been like, oh, we played whatever better. But by the evening, you're having a pint with them in a big hall in Bangor, and you're dancing to, umpire bands and, other jazz groups, or the floral dance on Spotify. It's just a really silly, brilliant day, and you make so many friends out of it that it's really good.
Sophie, was it not you that when you were a sixth form student, you went to Warwick to try and trial out universities, because the open days didn't really give you that much of a sense of what it would really be like?
Well, yeah, absolutely. So originally we went because one of my best friends was performing with Southampton, and we went just to I ended up narrowing down my 5 unis based on the fact that they had a brass band or not. So,
very sensible.
It worked. I went to Southampton. So.
The other thing that I love about UniBrass is it's a real creative opportunity for people. I remember when we were running at Bangor, they turned up and we're running at Warwick. Bangor University turned up and they had all these cardboard cutouts to make their set as they were coming on. And suddenly the whole backstage managers decided all this cardboard was a fire risk. So we were frantically spraying all this stuff with anti-fire spray that they have to use on stage. But to make sure that they got on stage with everything that they'd been able to do. But the other thing is, for many people, they've grown up through the youth band system, and whilst the youth band system is brilliant and it does so many good things for players, it is predominantly run by the adults. So when they get to university, suddenly this is an opportunity for people to embrace the organisation themselves and be the person that's coming up with those creative thoughts and that kind of process. So that's one of the other things I really love about it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And those people who have come up through youth bands, move on to UniBrowse, are part of the organisation, are so vital, because these are the people that are going to be sustaining banding. These are the people that are going to be running their own bands, creating their own youth bands. So that's why this is such an important stepping stone in the whole ecosystem, in my opinion. So I'm going to hand back over to Parky now, who's going to tell us a little bit about some of the stuff that is coming up this summer.
Yeah, I'm just going to take over the screen share, and I'm going to try something new for me, which is a virtual background PowerPoint slide. Look at that. So hopefully you can still see me in what's going on as I show you these. So today we are announcing a new project for UniBrass, which is a really exciting thing that I'm quite jealous that I'm not about to start university in order to take advantage of it. And we have for you UniBrass Bandcamp. So this is our new summer school type experience, but as it's UniBrass, it's not going to be anything like any summer school you've ever been on before. The idea of this is going to be that we go away for a week, and it's a mix of music and socials and all the kind of things that you'd expect from UniBrass, but over a longer period of time. The big reason that we wanted to do this is to make sure that we had some more positive experiences to finish the year on. And Voz is going to tell you about some of our other plans. And we've been working on this now for a little bit of time, but the announcements last week make this a real viable option. So hopefully, as long as the plans stay in place, we'll be able to run. So there's just a few images there of the sort of things we might get up to. And if anyone's wondering what the picture of the band is, that is Hather Sage Outdoor Pool just outside of Sheffield, which has a bandstand attached to it. So we're hoping to use that later, and I'll tell you a bit more in a second. So what are the headlines? So it's a 5-night residential workshop, and it's running from the 25th to the 30th of August. So 6 days, 5 nights. We're going to be based just on the edge of Sheffield in a scout campsite, and I'll show you some pictures of that in the next slide, I think. And during the week, we'll have musical training and performance, and it's going to be led by David Thornton. So David is head of brass at RNCM, and we'll be leading the music part of the weekend. He's also director at Grimethorpe at the moment. But it's not just about the music. We'll also be doing activities, and whether those are things that we do on site or off site at various attractions, including performances. And all of this is going to be priced at £190, or if you want to camp, £160. And you'll be able to split your payments into manageable chunks, which I'll tell you about at the end. So who is this for? It's going to be for anybody aged 18 to 25. And that includes non-university attendees and school leavers. So if you're just finishing a sixth form, you're about to head off to uni, and you want to start meeting university friends and UniBrasses like Sophie Y, you've chosen your university. This might be the first chance you get to meet some of your university friends. It may also be for some universities who've really not managed to meet the freshers that have started this year, a great opportunity to really get together and make some music in this academic year. I don't know why it says all trustees there. Please ignore that. And then what's included? Oh, sorry. And it's also going to be for anyone that's older than 25, but studying at university. So if you're a postgrad student or a mature student, you are more than welcome to come and join UniBrass Bandcamp. We'd love to have you there. What's included? It's going to be half board, so we'll make sure you have 2 meals a day, and the third meal is likely to be out and about, whether we're out at an attraction or something like that, and so you'll be able to choose whether you go and get something packed or you want to go with a few people and go visit a restaurant. The choice will be yours, and then you've got a choice whether you stay in the dormitory style bunkhouse accommodation. So it's like a big hut that we've got that's got the different bunk beds in. So that's either 2-bed up to 8-bed rooms are available. But if you want to come as a group from your university and all stay in a tent, you can camp at a reduced cost, but you will need to bring your own camping equipment. Then we'll also have activities through the week, and they will be included in the cost. So there will always be a choice for something that's free, included in the cost of the band camp fees. And then all your musical training and performance costs will be included as well. And I'm just working out how to change slide on this. So COVID, we realised that this will be something that people have questions over. I'm just trying to duck out the way so you can see the last bit, but you'll be able to see all of this on the booking form. It's there. It's basically saying that we will be working with Brass Bands England, including me as the link between the two, making sure that we're up to date with all the relevant guidance and restrictions that will be in place at the time of the camp. Now we will be taking deposits in order to be able to make sure that we know either who's coming or how many we need to book for, or various things. And if we were to have to cancel, we'll do our utmost to make sure we return all the money. But we've just had to put in there that we retain a right to keep a non-refundable £10 deposit in case there are costs that we can't recover. So the biggest risk is £10. So no reason not to go and get signed up. So the exciting stuff. So where are we going to be? Just ducking out the way there, you can see on the map the little cursor. We're going to be just outside of Sheffield. The site is called Hesleywood Scout Activity Centre, and you can see one of the buildings where people stay in the middle there. I thought I was going to be able to be like a weather girl, but I can't actually reach outside my little box. I get stuck. And then they've got all the things that you expect on an activity site. There's a big campfire pit there, but they've also got all sorts of activities ranging from axe throwing, which we've been told is going to be heavily supervised by one of our trustees, Brett Baker. So if you want to go axe throwing with Brett Baker, that's a brilliant reason to come on Bandcamp, through to things like raft building and those kind of activities. So that's Hesleywood Scout Activity Centre, and it's got great transport links. So it's just off the M1 for those of you that would drive, and if you're coming by train, it's within walking distance of the Chapeltown train station, which is a short ride from Sheffield's main train station. So the activities, I have to caveat this with, until we know our numbers and things have opened up, we haven't been able to book all the activities in place yet, but we have lots of ideas. So these are all to be confirmed, but just to give you an idea of where we're going. So each day there will be some music on site. We're also planning to have workshops from specialists, and again, those people will be confirmed once we start to know how many people are booking on, and that allows us to work out the amount of money that we've got to spend on those sort of things. So please do go and sign up as soon as you can, because that will help us make sure we get the best people for the workshops. So as I said, on site we've got raft building, axe throwing. There's all sorts of things that we'll be able to choose from, and I think once we've had lots of people sign up, we'll probably do a little bit of a poll from those that are coming to see what people are most interested in doing. And then we're going to do off-site things as well. So I mentioned earlier that Hather Sage Open Air Pool has a bandstand, and hopefully we'll do that, and you'll be able to go for a swim, or for those that don't want to swim, they'll be walking in the Peak District. And then we've also got city museums where hopefully we'll go and do a performance, the Winter Gardens in Sheffield, and we're hoping to do a final concert at the Cathedral in Sheffield. And then we'll also have other non-musical off-site activities, like going to the nightlife in Sheffield, visiting the museums, maybe a brewery tour, time in the city centre, those sorts of things. And if you haven't noticed, I've been putting up all the way through little hints of the link that I'm going to be pointing to you to in a minute. So what's the cost? as I said, £190 is the full price for half board dormitory accommodation, and then it's £160 if you want to come and camp. Now, at the moment, we're only taking deposits of £60, and that secures you your place, and you can pay the balance on 1st of August. Although if you want to pay the full price straight away, so you don't have to worry about it, you can do on the booking form. Finally, just a little bit of information. So if you are coming to sign up, go to unib.co.uk/bands. I can't speak. unib.co.uk/bandcamp. And that will take you through to the booking page, which is supported on the BBE page. So don't be surprised when you land on BBE's page for paying for that. But then after that, you'll be emailed a little form to fill out, which is your booking details for things like the dietary requirements. And there is just on the side there, if you are coming as a group, you don't need to worry about if you're running one of the university bands, you don't need to be collecting money for everyone in your band and sign them up. Everybody can go and sign up individually, and then on that booking form, just tell us what group you're part of. So the dates for that are 25th to the 30th of August, full price, £190. We do have limited places, and based on the feedback forms that we sent out earlier in the year, we had really strong responses, and we probably don't have space for everybody. So please make sure you go and book those spaces straight away to make sure you don't miss out. This new technology I haven't quite worked out, and we were discussing earlier that we needed to make a parky-shaped hole in the corner of all of them. So the last bit there just says, spread the word to your local youth bands and young people going to university. So remember, this isn't just for current university students, it's for people coming to university next year. The only caveat is that you need to have turned 18 to come on band camp. But we're really looking forward to that as a super exciting new project for the foundation. I wonder if we've had any questions on Facebook. Otherwise, I think we can.
No, we haven't had any through yet, but please do, if you have got any questions about the Bandcamp, about anything else about UniBrass, just make sure to put that in the comments on the Facebook video. I think there's going to be a lot more information in the kind of full launch of the Bandcamp project next week, so expect to see a lot more information on Facebook about how to book coming up. So I'm going to hand over to Voz now, who's going to give us a bit of an update about a couple of other things that are happening in the UniBrass calendar. So over to you, Voz.
Hi, thanks, Sarah. So obviously, can you all see that? Is that fine? Is it sharing?
We can see your PowerPoint rather than the.
Okay. Sorry, technology's got the better of me. Right. Okay. Play some awkward hold music while I'm there.
Do 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 do.
Right.
I think it's say Parky is not the masked singer.
There we go. Okay. How's that? That looks more like a presentation now. Apologies for my technical ineptitude. So obviously 2021 have been a very, very weird year. And there's been so much uncertainty. So we originally had the contest scheduled for the 6th of Feb. So obviously that's not happened with lockdown and everything. But there are a few things we have managed to do and a few things that we are hoping to do still. So I'm just going to kind of explain what we've been doing. So the first project we've had is an album project. So we've had bands get involved and do distance banding videos, tracks, sorry. And then we're making that album. Then the second one, we've partnered with Corey bands to offer an opportunity for university bands to compete at the Corey online contest. And then I'll talk some more about the June contest details. And then, of course, this is on top of the Bandcamp stuff that Parky's just outlined as well. So our album project, so this is called UniBrass, the Lockdown Collection, and there's our album cover on it. So we asked bands to get involved, to choose a piece that has a connection to their band, the university, the city, or just UniBrass in general. So we had an amazing turnout of 14 bands. And the standard of the stuff that they've produced is amazing, and it's so hard to do the distance banding tracks, like recording all your parts individually to some kind of clip track and then editing it all together. So yeah, it's the output's really good. And then so the album is going to be launching very soon on various streaming platforms. If you keep an eye out on our Facebook page, I'm sure there'll be some press releases and stuff when it's properly launched, and it'll be available on Spotify, iTunes, and then WOB Play as well. So we're going to be releasing it soon. Yeah, we've got a really good product. And I'll just like to hand over to Sarah to just play a sample of the University of Oxford's Blenheim Flourishes, which is the opening track of the album. So yeah. Sneak preview.
Brill. So let me just share this. Bear me one sec. Yeah, I think that's a great example from University of Oxford there. So you'll be able to listen to all of the full tracks in full when the album is eventually released. But I think it's been an absolutely great effort by all of the bands that have taken part in it. It's produced something really, really wonderful.
Sarah, can you share back? Let me share back.
Yeah, there you go. You should be able to now.
Okay, so yeah, back to me. Yeah, so as you've heard, like the standard of what's been produced is really great, and yeah, it's a really exciting project. So that's going to be coming very soon. So the second thing I was going to talk about is the Corey contest. So yeah, we've partnered with the Corey band to sponsor the university band section, and we're really pleased. We've got 11 university brass bands entered, and that includes one from the USA as well. So I hope that'll spice things up a little bit. So yeah, similar to obviously the album, the bands have done distance banding videos as well as the tracks, and it's an entertainment contest. So that will be on YouTube on the 19th of March, between 6 and 10 p.m. And you can watch it for free. And like I really strongly advise is the previous Corey contest was exceptional, and like the standard's only going to get higher as well. So yeah, the Corey contest is going to be great. There's all the rest of the sections too, but the university one will be great.
Yeah, absolutely. No, definitely. I think the last Corey contest, I think everyone was absolutely amazed with the efforts that everyone went to get those performances in, and I agree. I think that set the bar really, really high. So I think it's going to be an absolutely brilliant evening's entertainment, that university section. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Roz. So we're going to move on now to Sophie, who's going to tell us a little bit more about how you can get involved. So I'm going to act as the...
Oh, sorry, Sarah. I think Voz hasn't quite finished.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Voz.
That's fine. There we go. So obviously, yeah, the next thing I was going to talk about was the was the 2021 contest. Obviously, we've had it postponed from June, but we still want to give bands another performance opportunity. Obviously, given the current uncertainty, like we don't really know exactly what's going to happen. But like, as a committee, we're hoping and planning that something will take place. We just don't know what format it's going to be in yet. There's obviously the government guidelines. We need to consider what the unis actually will allow and what the bands are able to do. But we intend to get in touch with the band managers very soon to gauge interest, because we've got a few ideas that we're throwing around, so we can kind of take the right path. But I want to reiterate, we're definitely going to do something. Just don't know what it'll look like. And the date for that, kind of ironically, is the 20th of June. We set the date before any government announcements, but we'll see what we can do anyway. And as always, we'll keep the bands and obviously everyone else up to date with any decisions. Yeah, you'll see press releases and stuff on social media. And then this just brings me on to the final slide. So this is just the contact details. So if you've got any questions or want any more information, there's so the top address is a general email address. You've got mine there, and then you see the social media is at UniBrass on all the main kind of channels. There we go.
Great, thank you so much. So contact details there. So if you've got any questions, do get in touch, and they'll be able to help out. So over to Sophie.
Well, thank you, Sarah. Sorry, I don't want to say it so early on, but next slide, please. Right, so there are actually, as you've heard, loads and loads of ways to get involved with UniBrass, not just the contest and not just the events that we're putting on as a foundation. If you're a student already, or if you're someone who's just about to go to university and you want to get excited about it, then the first place to go is absolutely our website. It's just been kind of revamped in the last year, so please do go have a look at it and give Andy some good feedback. He did loads of good work on that. So the first place to go is look at our list of university bands. As I say, that's what I did when I first started applying for universities, which was actually quite a long time ago now that I think about it. But yeah, that's the first place to go. Have a little look, see where you want to be, and see if there's a good place where you can make some really brilliant friends. We've also got a whole page on our previous contests, so if you want to have a look at kind of how it's been going over the last 10 years, then that's a great place. The next place is, of course, our social media pages as well. You could also just contact the local band or the band you're expecting to be in. Loads of them have their own websites, their own social media pages, and everyone's very nice. They'll definitely get back in touch and welcome you into the band with open arms. And even if you've already started university, you're kind of entering into your last term and you're a bit nervous, you've not been able to interact with anyone because of COVID, just contact them anyway. It's never too late. Loads of people are doing like online socials and things that you can absolutely get involved with. And yeah, we just recommend you keep playing. If there's no university band near you, why don't you join a local band or get in touch with one of them? They can certainly put you in touch with, other students, other young people that might be playing. And, final option, if you really want to come to the contest or join in any of our activities, then why don't you start your own band? We are very, very happy to help you, whether that's writing letters to your students' union to help you get funding, or to recruit new members for the band, or even if it's just to give you ideas to do socials and things like that, we're more than happy to help. So yeah, I suppose a lot of people watching this webinar are probably not students, or they're family members of people who are going to university, and you're wondering what you can do to support us. As I say, first thing probably to do is go follow us on social media. Go and watch all of our YouTube videos over the years. Go and like all our Facebook posts. We always love a little boost in engagement, and yeah, go and share our content. That's the first thing. Yeah, we have lots of brilliant blog posts that Abby's been working on over the last year, with great interviews with the likes of Chris Bond and Johnny Bates. Are really interesting and great reads. So yeah, do go and have a look at that. And finally, oh, actually, I forgot an important thing. Please join the UniBrass family. We've got a brilliant mailing list full of exclusive updates, and hopefully, when we're allowed, you'll get some invites to some really important events where you can support us and just come and meet the UniBrass trustees and organising committee, which is great fun. And then finally is please just spread the word, whether that's to your local youth bands or family members who want to carry on banding and don't know where to start, then please just tell them about UniBrass, because we're happy to help and looking forward to welcoming them to the contest or whatever may come next. So if you have a little bit of cash to spare, I know that it is really tough times, so but yeah, why don't you join our lottery? We started this in April last year as just a bit of a a fundraising effort. We have got some big plans, and we want to keep building the bridge between youth groups and adult banding. So joining our lottery is a really great way to do that. You can start from £1 a week. So for just £4 a month, you can help us build that bridge. For every £1 spent, 50p goes to UniBrass, and the other 50p goes to prize winnings. And the best thing about that is if you enter, there's a chance for you to win up to £25,000. There's no obligation to share that prize winnings with UniBrass, but we might be in contact. So yeah, that's a really brilliant way. If you just follow unib.co.uk/lottery, that will take you straight to the page where you can sign up, and yeah, just try your luck. Why not? Yeah. So yeah, definitely head over there. The final thing that you can do to help us at UniBrass is if you want to be more involved, if you've got a little bit of time to spare and you want to help with our cause, is applying to become a trustee. So I guess this is obviously quite a big commitment in some ways. So if you're wondering what it involves, becoming a trustee for any charity, obviously not just UniBrass, there is a share of legal responsibility, but obviously, when we don't do anything too dramatic, so the chances of that having any real effect is pretty minimal. We mainly just want a willingness for you to get stuck into the day-to-day work of the charity, which is either doing what myself and Abby do, is like updating our social media pages, creating content, whether that's helping Parky help start the band camp, or getting involved with our next conducting course, or Brass in the Park that we did a few years ago. There are loads of chances to start new projects. We have one digital meeting, and this is even in normal times, not just COVID. One digital meeting a month where we all get together, talk about what we're doing, go over all the fine details, and then we try and have a face-to-face meeting every quarter. Which is really good fun, actually. We're a nice bunch. So if you can demonstrate a clear support of our aims to promote brass banding, promote like a happy branding community, you can dedicate that sort of time, then please apply at unibrass.co.uk/become a trustee. And it would be a real bonus if you have any financial experience with arts charities. What we're really hoping to do in the coming weeks and months is boost Arts Council funding and get so we can do more, basically. So if you have that experience, that'd be really, really brilliant. And any experience of project management or developing non-profit organisations, that would be brilliant too.
Amazing. So I think across what we've covered this evening, there's tons of ways that you can get involved with UniBrass, whether that's playing in a contest, coming to the band camp, becoming involved in the organisation, or just coming to watch as an audience member once we can finally do that again. So I'd definitely encourage you to just head to the UniBrass website and find out whatever it is that you want to get involved in. Before we sign off, Andy, any final words from you?
I think everything's been covered. Hopefully we've given a bit of an introduction to what UniBrass is, what we do, and hopefully it's just inspired a few more people who are kind of pre-university age, that they'll go and like find their university brass band, or even people who've kind of maybe lapsed in their first and second year. Certainly when we get back to the new normal, or whatever it's called now, and universities are back, societies are in full flow, I hope people go along. And yeah, as Sophie said, we are kind of looking for people who want to get involved. So being a trustee doesn't require any previous experience of being a student, or current experience. We're just interested in anybody who's interested in supporting what we do, kind of supports what we want to do and wants to get involved, really. So yeah, thank you very much for having us.
Brilliant. Thanks so much, everyone. Thanks for Sophie, Voz and Andy and Parky for all sharing your experience of UniBrass and sharing why you're so passionate about it. Make sure that you head to see those contact details if you do want to get in touch. We look forward to seeing you again soon at another one of our webinars. So, bye.